Alright, welcome back to TEW 2020, the brand split from day one. It is now night 5 of the Cruiserweight Classic. First night of round 2 is underway tonight. Only 3 matches tonight. I'm trying to stretch this amongst 10 days, so we're going to have some shorter match cards. And this is going to be the first one. And we will be opening the show with Matt Riddle and Rey Fenix. Following them is Ricochet and Aleks Kozlov. And main eventing the show tonight, we have the face, one of the many faces of NXT, Johnny Gargano, taking on one of the many faces of Japanese independent wrestling, or I guess formerly one of the faces of Japanese independent wrestling, in the name of Kota Ibushi. Nobody knows who's winning. You guys probably can guess a few of these guys, whether or not they're winning, but for the most part, we don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about because there isn't much to talk about on these Cruiserweight Classic shows. It's really just matches and a tournament to determine the winner. So, without further ado, let's get into the night 5 of the Cruiserweight Classic. We do open the show with Matt Riddle and Rey Fenix, and a very good match here. El Pentagon was outside on the apron, managing Rey Fenix for this matchup. Pentagon, of course, has another match on day 7, so he isn't wrestling tonight, so he is there to support his brother. But the former UFC the Ultimate Fighter competitor, Matt Riddle, was not going to give up on this match. And in the end, Matt Riddle locked on the bro mission to allow Rey Fenix to tap out. Yes, to allow him to tap out. But really, Rey Fenix simply could not get out of the bro mission. And Pentagon, he wasn't about to cheat. You know, Pentagon's not a guy to cheat, at least in the Cruiserweight Classic. A lot of people have respect for their competitors, so they're not going to cheat. So Matt Riddle advances. He is the first man to advance to round 3 of the Cruiserweight Classic. And we are seeing a WWE.com feature. I was going to call it a WWE.com exclusive, and then I thought about it, and if I'm showing it on the Cruiserweight Classic, then it's not exclusive. So, it's just a feature. It was exclusive for a little bit, now it's not. And basically, it's a short little promo between our 2 Puerto Rican competitors that both were eliminated in the first round of the Cruiserweight Classic, Lince Dorado and Johnny Massey, announcing that they will be teaming up in the future. They are going to be a tag team. They're going to be trying to get tag team gold alongside each other, and they are calling their team Puerto Rican Power. Cornellverse fans will understand why they are called that. Everyone else will be confused. Our second match of the night, we have a pretty good match between Ricochet and Aleks Kozlov. Ricochet getting a 61, that's very good in terms of performances. And Aleks Kozlov, you know, he's not one of the better workers, but he'll be there soon. He will be there soon. He is probably gonna be one of the guys that goes down to NXT to develop a little bit more before, you know, getting a run on the main roster. So, yeah, Aleks Kozlov and Ricochet had a very good fight. All these matches I were forced to put at 13 minutes because the guys were unimportant in the game's eyes, or I guess in popularity. They were unimportant, so the maximum I could have them on TV for was a total of 15 minutes, making me do 13-minute matches. So, yeah, Aleks Kozlov was put away by the superior Ricochet in 13 minutes, and Ricochet also advancing on to round 3. Before we got into our main event, we had the host of the Cruiserweight Classic, Renee Young, start to run down, you know, what's going to happen for the future of these round 1 exits. And this is, I honestly don't know what the real world angle would be, but what I'm doing is I'm using this time to tell you I have sorted out whether or not each person is going to the main roster in the first round eliminations. But now it is time for our main event of the evening, Kota Ibushi versus Johnny Gargano. And, what a match between these two. Obviously, these two in the real world could probably easily have a 5-star match. But in the game world, it's only a 56. But who really cares? Because it is fucking Kota Ibushi versus Johnny Gargano. And Kota Ibushi really is just the bigger name. And Kota Ibushi is able to defeat Johnny Gargano. Now both members of DIY are out of the tournament. Tommaso Ciampa was there to root on his tag team partner despite Johnny beating him last round. And really just no hard feelings between the DIY members. But Kota Ibushi is just too much for Johnny Gargano to handle. And after 12 and a half minutes, Kota Ibushi hit a 630 senton to put him away. That's okay. And that is episode 5 of the Cruiserweight Classic. 52 rated show, who cares? It's the Cruiserweight Classic. I don't mind. Cruiserweight Classic, kinda doing something. I do have a plan for the Cruiserweight Classic, and to avoid spoilers, I'm not gonna say it. But just so you know, there's more than meets the eye to these seemingly just meaningless tournament matches. Obviously, they're going to get the giant trophy that TJP got when he won the Cruiserweight Classic, but I'm really thinking they're going to be winning something else. It's not guaranteed, so I don't want a false promise, and if nothing comes of this, then I decided not to go with that plan. But if something does come of this, you'll definitely know what it is. And that's going to be it for this episode of the Cruiserweight Classic. These episodes are usually much shorter because there isn't much to talk about in these episodes. I hope to see you for the next show, which is Monday Night Raw, or the next SmackDown. Whatever you want to do, I'll see you there.